I posted the two color options, the olive green and the tan, and actually about 75% of people said go with the tan. So that's been decided. It's not gonna be red anymore. All right, April 30th, I'm down to Drew's for some updates on the Hino Hino. I don't know, I'm gonna have to stick with one. It's gonna be Hino. So let's see what he's done so far.
It was more together the last time you saw it.
You reconverting it to a fire truck?
Yeah.
Drew's got something even bigger in the works, making this thing proper 4x4 and stretching the wheelbase.
The T case, I got all these adapters made.
Oh, nice.
And I had to machine this to fit this adapter. And I'm just working on a mount. I might move the axle back.
So this will be a true 4x4.
Oh yeah. This is all new seals, all new oil, new gaskets, new hub, one new bearing. Look how close it is to the rear drive shaft. Like, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure if that's gonna work yet.
Oh, I see.
I think we might have to move the wheels back.
Better balance.
It's not super easy, but it's not super hard. You just slide it back. Basically, this will be here, go back about 10 inches center to center. It'll give it a longer wheelbase.
Yeah.
The extra work I didn't plan on doing, but I think I have to. But I got enough clearance. If you look straight through there now, it's a pretty straight line of sight for the drive shaft to the front, but I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's a weird little angle. If the truck wasn't lifted, it wouldn't be that bad, but because it is lifted.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could drop this a little bit, but I'd have to lower this.
Oh, I see.
Maybe just a half an inch here is like an inch here.
I see,
so it gives me that
yeah.
little bit of extra. So these are just temporary right now to try to get it into place.
Yeah.
This was kind of a nightmare, these pieces. Drove to Kelowna. He gave me Tyler picked up the parts. They were the wrong parts. So I drove back to Kelowna.
Wow.
Got all the parts again, and then I got another. I got all the parts for the 456 conversion now.
Oh, yeah.
Kim's picking up the other one in Vernon. So I had to buy another yoke for the back because it matches to the yoke on the other one.
Same brand as before?
Yukon.
Yukon?
It's all Yukon.
All right.
So once I just want to get the drive shaft figured out, and then figure out a steering box, and then I can go to Norm's shop to get the axle, the gear swap.
May 7th, down at Drew's shop. Of course, things are moving. Of course, things are developing. Just because I'm not around, well, maybe that's why it's faster, right? I haven't seen the truck in about a week.
It's incredible having a master builder of this caliber. In just a few days, he'd moved the rear axle and reworked the whole system. And you can already see the difference.
Longer wheelbase. Nice.
12.5 inches.
Woo! Finally, it's a lot more proportionate to the length of the vehicle.
And look at the size of the toolboxes you're gonna have.
Oh yeah.
Massive toolbox there, massive toolbox here. So now it's one piece of steel straight down, 13 inches or something like that. The door fits perfectly, and then the cutout for the wheel block off, and then I just build square boxes and put them in the back. Easier, right?
Yeah. Now we're about to, I guess, attempt to lift the cab. We need to have access to some things. The transfer case is coming right along. 2 weeks ago, the front end was 3D scanned again by Justin. We're gonna tweak the Fuso bumper. It's not a straightforward fit, but with some mods, we can make it work. Drew already has the plans drawn out for the toolboxes. I think they're actually being made now in Falkland. So the toolboxes are getting done. Steering needs to be dealt with. Hopefully he has it under control too. And it's super exciting to see this coming along, and the pace is very, very good too. More updates are coming as we go. Weather's nice, and hopefully soon we can put some mud on this vehicle with these tires too. So long story short, we're doing something here. Can I call it questionable? This torsion mechanism is missing from there. It's empty. We can lift the cab, but nothing is helping us push it past that 2-3 inches we can lift it by hand. It's just you end up feeling the weight. So for some reason that's missing. And now Drew's rigging up something on the rig to lift the cab. Well, I've got cameras rolling just in case something dramatic happens. YouTube hates drama. Yeah.
One mount or two mounts, gentlemen?
Ooh, she's lifting. Ah! Whoop. Success. Cab's in the air. Now it's fully supported. These are the OEM bars, right? Or braces.
This is the PTO or the pump.
So why do we need access
Well, I
to?
wanted it up so I could see the power steering. Well, and I wanted it up because I've never had it up before.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, we're gonna have to figure out the linkage for the transfer case
Mm-hmm.
to somehow do something.
Somehow do something. That was a good explanation.
And then the air intake too, we can play with that.
Uh-huh.
Because that's the air intake there now.
That's nice to see.
Yeah,
Underneath.
I mean, these are gotta be strong.
It's OEM, beautiful motor.
We're back working on the other side of the deck. Get the skirts done, cut out everything. Gotta level out this checker plate here a little bit. Come along. A little bit different style this time. I'm gonna make square boxes and just put them in the back there. Got a bigger box in the front, a little bit smaller in the rear. So we're gonna start working on this fender flare. We made a cardboard template. And I'm gonna start cutting the metal pre-bent stuff to kind of form this shape.
Just look at the hands-on technique that goes into making this thing.
We have to relief cut it because we have to bend it. We'll do little bends. So we'll just do a little relief cut on the back, just a little bit so it bends straight.
And while Drew finishes up the fender flares, this is the deck taking shape. Toolbox is fully integrated, all in one piece. A few details here and there. And we can finally dress our Rhino in its armor. All right, stage done.
All right, we're nearing mid-May, and it's a rare sight in front of me. A rare sight.